Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. I am one of two commentators for tonight, Malc. Unfortunately, Tim is not with us tonight due to personal reasons, but with me again for, I believe, the second time this season. And it's good to see him back on the comms box again after pestering him all the time. Craig, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm very good, excited to be here. Good to see or have a chance to commentate on tonight's reversed grid on one of my favourite tracks at Spa-Francorchamps for round 8 of the Performance League tonight.
Oh, it's as Craig said, we're at the Belgian Grand Prix as well, one of the most iconic tracks in all the years of the F1 series here as well. And as you said, this is one of your favourite tracks here, Craig. So, what part of the track that you're looking forward to the most if you was driving? If you was driving last night, obviously we couldn't anyway. But if you was, what part of the track would you be enjoying the most?
I don't think I actually enjoy any one particular part of the track. I think the circuit is a great old school circuit that requires a little bit of ingenuity in setting up the car, where you've got great straight line speed up Kemmel Straight, ensuring that it's very sleek and slippery in a straight line, but also to have a good nose, a good front end, so that you can get through the more technical section of Sector 2. So it's just a challenge of setting up the car, and it's just that roller coaster ride through this 20-turn circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those you have to be absolutely spot on as well, and you can either make some silly mistakes, especially from my experience in the Belgian Grand Prix as well. It's more trickier for me on the second sector. I don't know why, it always has been, but the first and third are all right because they're just long straights, especially at El Rouge as well here. So, from what have you catched up with the Performance League? If not, I'll give you a bit more of an update, Craig, if you want to.
Due to other commitments, I've only really been able to look in and back and forward, but I think there's certainly been some great racing. A little bit of the faster drivers in, not the slowest cars anymore, and we also have a driver challenging for the PS4 F1 League Driver Championship, as in Harry BR25 joining us tonight in the Williams. So it'll be interesting to see from a fresh pair of eyes what tonight's race is going to be like, and it'll also be good to see how Harry can carve up the grid coming from the back in that Williams. So a big challenge for him against also championship rival in F1 League, Cliffy, who is in the Alfa Romeo. So I think tonight's race will be absolutely fascinating and almost impossible to predict.
Absolutely, and I wish Harry and also Jamie as well, who joined for the first time as well. It's not first time, sorry, he joined for the second time this season here in the Belgian Grand Prix as well. But with Cliffy on his momentous run here, with 2 wins on the bounce here, so could it be his third hat-trick? It's going to be a bit of a big ask here, with no qualifying to get off with at the Invictus Racing League for tonight's race as well. So, obviously, Cliffy won it last week. Then Scott got second place with the fastest lap as well, and also with Rimac for the first time this season. Obviously, in his third race, he had his first podium, and I think it was his first podium for a very long time, and it was good to see him back there as well. So, give a bit of an update of the table standings here. So, Cliffy's in the lead with 131 points. Moreno is in second with 124 points. Scopefielder, the Drivers' Championship runner-up from last season, is in third with 101 points. Scott is in fourth with 95 points. Nigel Cash is in fifth with 86 points. Nigel Shades is in sixth with 85 points, and the rest are under 85 points as well. So, do you think, obviously El Rouge is one part of the track which people need to watch out for, because people could lose out massively there, but is there any other parts of the track that you recommend, Craig, to watch out for, or do you think there will be a good overtake moments there?
I think certainly turns such as Pouillon will be a clear indicator whether a driver has set his car up for straight line speed or opted more for downforce. We may see guys that are really struggling with the front end to possibly understeer and picking up that odd time penalty round Pouillon. So I think that will be a critical part of the circuit. It does set up the end of Sector 2 going into Sector 3, and the last thing that you really want to do is be going wide anywhere here, being an old school circuit. You either pick up dirt from the grass or you're right into the gravel. That's very unforgiving, and the last thing that you want to do through the technical Sector 2 is pick up any marbles or gravel on your tyres. And just also a quick update, Matt, we've got a weather update coming from the pit lane. We are expecting rain halfway through this race.
Oh, this is what we love about Invictus Racing League, because you never know what's going to happen here. And with the race itself, I wonder if the guys are settled, prepared for a little bit of ride height as well, I would have thought, and a bit of wing as well to get themselves stable. Obviously, they won't be doing much on the first part of the stint of the race, but with the second part of the stint, I think when the rain kicks in, obviously we've not been told any other, if it's going to be heavy rain or light rain, but from the intermediate, probably as guesstimate, shall we say, of intermediates, obviously it's going to be a bit of a...
Also, Malc, just to interrupt you there, it's interesting looking at the tyre strategy as well, considering we're going to have rain near the middle part of the race, so round about lap 9 onwards. And looking at the tyre strategy of Mike in the Ferrari and Cryptox plus I believe down in the Red Bull, both opting for the soft tyre, as is Roy Boy at the back of the circuit, so they may be looking to take those soft tyres round about lap 8 or 9, which is a massive ask considering how bad tyres degrade round here. So it may be advantageous for drivers to actually opt for the medium tyre, but we also see that Moerno and Cliffy are looking to go much longer in the race, starting on the hard tyre.
Yeah, because I think those, obviously the two drivers battling out for the Drivers' Championship as we speak anyway, but I think Moreno and Cliffy are trying to hold, I think they're trying to play it really safe, because you just don't know when the weather is going to kick in at any point in time here as well. So I do agree, Mike, Cryptox and Roy Boy could be risky, but what we haven't mentioned about earlier, Craig, we will mention in a bit here, is the safety car scenarios as well. So before we start any more, guys, welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League, live exclusive on the YouTube channel here. And also, like I said, live exclusive. We always do the live races here on the YouTube channel. Briefly, quickly, moment here with F1 on Monday nights with Gareth and Sab there, but also we've got F2 of Harry, and I believe Scott does the F2 as well. F3 does it with Rymac and Jakob as well, and also with F4 with Jake as well. Not only we're live exclusive on the PS4 side, we also got the Xbox side quickly on the Twitch channels on Sunday and Tuesday nights, and also we got the first time ever this season is the PC League on Wednesday nights as well. So make sure you all tune in, like, subscribe as well, and also for the final bit as well, make sure you like, subscribe on the social media sites on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. So Craig, do you want to start off with the starting grid, or would you like me to carry on?
No, certainly I'm happy to get it started. I was just watching Mike there on the run through Blanchimont, and very interesting strategy from Mike. He must have felt he had enough pressure and temperature in his tyres, and he was coming up the end of the grid very slowly as all cars are lined up on the grid. We do have 5 red lights, and we are go here at Spa-Francorchamps. It's Mike, gets a great line, gets a good run off the line with the Force India. Racing Point, shall we say, of Hailstone, trying to hold on to the rear, but Mike looked as if he got a great start off the line, and that's probably why he opted for the soft tyres.
Absolutely, but there's been so much battles behind there coming up through El Rouge here. And here we go, we've got a battle here for Nightshade and Sab here, try and battle out here through the Camel Straight. We will have a 3 wide here, 2 wide here actually. We've got 2 wide with the Red Bull and Nightshades and possibly with Sab here. But also we've got about a three-way battle there at the back of the grid there, Craig. And a bit of contact there between Nightshades and Cryptox here, Craig.
Yeah, a little bit of wheel banging. It was coming through Lacombe down at turn 9. Nothing wrong with that, just fighting for track position, track space. But Cryptox Plus in the Red Bull holds on to 5th place, but Mike looking to open up the gap at the front, 9/10 between himself and the Hailstone.
Absolutely, I'm just trying to have a quick glance through all the grid here as well. Moreno, second in the championship battle here for the drivers, is moved up to 7th then. Cliffy in 11th place as well. Rymax dropped down to 9th place here now as well, so just watching from Steven's point of view to try and see if he can try and catch up to Hailstone here, who's trying to pull away from Steven here, through into the 3rd sector there. Just be careful there. Steven hit the gravel there, and it's brought, I think it might be 2 wide here with the Mercedes here. No, it doesn't, but it looked like Steven made a massive mistake there, and it's now brought Cryptox and Sab into play here, Craig.
Yeah, just right on board with Cliffy. Great amount of overpower on nitro gas in the McLaren as he approaches turn 19, and he has the racing point of Rimac all lined up. Looks as if Rimac was involved in an incident, opting to pit, so that could be a possible change of front wing.
Possibly a change of from wing here as well, but I'll have to wait and see what happens here. It looks like just only Rimac and I believe Scope as well going to the pits as well. So manic start here at the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. Good evening to everyone that's joined in the session here, guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure you like, subscribe to the video here as well. And it looks like Nigel Gash and looks like, I believe, was he from Kennis Prime? Oh no, that's the Williams there as well, so not sure what's happened there. But Craig, who are you watching so far?
Yeah, I'm just watching Mike. He's opening up the gap to the Hailstone. The gap is now 1.4 seconds. So it was absolutely essential that Mike broke that DRS activation, and he's trying to get himself into a rhythm, but the Hailstone coming under a little bit of pressure from Mercedes drivers with Steven and Sab, both on the medium tyres, as is the Hailstone, but Cryptox Plus holding on to the Mercedes of Sab and that Red Bull.
Yeah, I've just watched it from Cryptox's point of view as well. Now, I know I briefly mentioned about earlier on, Craig, about safety cars here. Do you think that we will have guaranteed a safety car here tonight, or do you think it'll be a bit of a risk with no safety car? Oh no! Sab's out! I don't know if you saw that, Craig, but Sab's out of the race here.
I'm just trying to catch where it was he's actually dropped it. Looks as if it's coming through Stavolo. Just on the exact fact, it was actually on the exit of turn 16. I believe he's possibly clipped the barrier on the left hand side. It does protrude a little bit on track and possibly a little, oh no, sorry, he's actually in the barrier on the far left side on the runoff, so not sure if a little bit of contact there or a little bit of oversteer, but the Mercedes driver Sab is out of this race in lap 3.
Absolutely. I just saw him briefly there for a moment there, and he went onto the grass, lost the car, and he just went on from right to left into the wall, and that's what happened there as well.
And just to answer your question earlier on, Malc, we do have a safety car already, so I think Sab answered that one for us.
Absolutely. I did not expect it to be this early of the race here as well, and it's just going to be absolutely frantic stuff here. Just saying, Harry says, good evening, guys. Finn, how you doing, mate? Says rain halfway in. Vic says, good evening, who are you tipping for the win? So, looking at the tyre strategies there, Craig, and looking at the strategies that could come up with the rain situation here. I know it's early doors at the moment, but can I have a brief prediction of your top 3? I'm not going to say who's going to win it, but predict of your top 3 for tonight.
We're certainly looking at Cliffy, who's now moved up to 6th. On those hard tyres, that is a gain of 7 positions, so certainly you can't rule Cliffy out, particularly in the form that he's in. And also Scott Burton moving up to 7th in the Alpha Tauri. That's 7 positions gained up into 5th for him. So certainly I think those two drivers are definitely the drivers to watch for. Scott on the medium tyres, whereas Cliffy's on the hard. So I think those two drivers are definitely in the should certainly be in the conversation for at least securing a podium spot. But I think this safety car is actually hurting Mike. He's not able to really utilise those soft tyres, whereas it's actually played into the hands of Malc, who did come into the pits after wing damage. He's opted for the softs, so he should be quick on this restart, and those softs may actually get back up to race temperature compared to the drivers slightly ahead with the mediums and the hards.
Absolutely. I would have thought with the safety car to help a little bit out the soft tyre situation. Obviously, it's going to lose out your gap pretty much from the start. Anyway, but from your point of view, Craig, wouldn't it be a bit helpful with the tyre wear, because obviously the softs ain't going to last for more than 9 laps, as you said earlier on?
Well, although it does help Mike going deeper into the race on those soft tyres, they will still be degrading, but it will also help the drivers behind up with the medium and the hard. So I think it probably neutralises the advantage, but certainly Mike has lost out on the gap that he created to the hailstone, and the hailstone just needs to try and hold on to the gearbox of the Ferrari on the restart going up to the Rouge. So Mike will need to be a wily old fox on this restart to ensure that he does not get caught out from the racing point or the Mercedes behind in 2nd and 3rd.
Absolutely. But I have to wait and see what happens there from everyone's point of view. It looked like, from Moreno's point of view, he dropped himself down to 14th. I think he just said he got spun by Nightshades, I believe. But I did not see that on screen. I don't know if you saw that as well, Craig, but Moreno is battling that with Cryptox in the safety car situation here. But I think the safety car will come in on this lap unless there's any drastic happens there, but it looks like there might be a few issues between those two drivers there as well. But looks like the clouds are coming in here at the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. Live exclusive here for you guys here. We're on lap 4 of 22 at the Belgian Grand Prix here. Mike is just, as I said, holding on in first with the safety car here as well. So I know we've only had a short sprint of the race itself here, Craig, but what battles would you recommend to watch out for or looking out for in the race to come?
I think certainly you have to keep an eye on Cliffy, making up 8 positions, and Scott Bugden. I certainly think those two drivers are the ones to watch on this restart. They've made up some tremendous positions at the start of the race, and it looks as if the only way they're going is forward. Absolutely.
I'm not sure. Yeah, the safety car is in this lap. So safety car is in this lap here. So technically Mike is the safety car, the new safety car leader here, and try and get everyone all bunched up here and try and get a really good stop here at the bus stop chicane as well. And
I think what will be interesting is, when does Mike decide to go? Does he go at the exit of turn 20 at the bus stop chicane? The hailstone is giving himself a little bit of a window to Mike, so maybe looking to make a last charge towards Mike so that he's actually carrying more pace going into turn 1 at La Source. Mike is away, so he actually started at the DRS activation point. It looks as if Hailstone was caught sleeping a little bit, with Stephen closing in behind, so the Mercedes in 3rd position, closer to the Hailstone in 2nd, and Hailstone is to Mike.
Absolutely, but they come up to, like I said, El Rouge here. Let's see what he can try and do here as well. And you have to be absolutely careful here as well. And they're doing absolutely perfect here. Don't they just wish they had the DRS activation already now here? And looks like the Red Bull and Cliffy. Oh no, there's big contact there between Roy Boy and Matty there. I don't know if you saw that there, Craig, but that was big contact there between those two drivers here in the Camel Straight there as well. So that will have to be checked after. But Scott's trying to close in on Nightshades here for 4th place here as well. For Kenneth Prime's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as well. So Craig, who are you watching so far?
just right on board with Scott Wagner there as they come up the Cayman Straight. Scott was able to keep with Nightshades in the Haas, but Cliffy started to drop off. But as we come through Pouillon and into Sector 2, Cliffy's now closed the gap back down to 4 tenths of a second, but Mike possibly deploying all of his ERS, trying to open up the gap and break away. So we may see Mike coming into the pits in the next few laps, and that may be an indication of why he's trying to open up that gap. But one thing that we do see, Malc, it's becoming more overcast, so we are aware that rain will be here at the midpoint of the race, so the next couple of laps will be crucial for tyre strategy. We look at Mike and Scott moves up the inside. Nightshades on that one down towards turn 19, closes the door, makes sure that there isn't any comeback, and moves up to 4th place.
What a move! Bet you missed that saying, didn't you, Craig, on that one? What a move there! Mike has just got the fastest up of the race here with 1:48, I believe. And we've got yellow flags here as well. Is that another safety car here, Craig?
Yeah, Moerno's actually dropped it just in the exit of turn 18, so not sure if there's been a coming together, but that is the Renault of Moerno out of the race.
Oh no, so the Drivers' Championship second place is out of the race here tonight. As I said, we're not sure if there was any contact there from his point of view here as well, but it's a VSC, sorry Craig, it is a VSC, not a full safety car, just a VSC from what I'm seeing as well.
Might be breathing a sigh of relief that it's only a virtual safety car rather than the full safety car. He's holding on to a 1.5 second lead, so we wouldn't want anything to reduce that gap to the Holstone.
Absolutely, but I know we knew about the rain coming in at a halfway point, but when do you think the rain will start, Craig, from your point of view as well?
I think we may get the rain round about lap 10. And we may get drivers having to pit round about lap 11 or 12. It just depends how severe the rain does come down. And Vienna almost get caught out from the braking of the McLaren. Mike Rigash ahead, so Vienna just tucking in behind the McLaren, getting the toe up towards turn 17, round the flat out, turn 18.
Oh, beautiful move!
Blanchimont, and Vienna moves up to 7th.
What a move there, but it looks like Cliffy's made the move as well at the bus stop chicane. Oh, brilliant move there from Cliffy there. But they're still banning the DRS is now enabled now. So this will be absolutely contact here as well. Let's see how Nightshades can try and bounce back here on Cliffy here. We come up to from the first corner now, going down the hill here from the old days of, I don't know if you remember 1998 here, Craig, where David Coulthard and all the others we had that massive full wet race crash at the start of the race here, but it's just so many memories here of the F1 here scenario here. It looks like a battle there with the Mercedes. Scott making the move on to 3rd place here against Stephen there at the Camel Straight there, Craig.
Scott Wagner, DRS, gets the move up the Cable Straight, moves up to the podium place, and though Stephen possibly coming under pressure from Cliffy in the next few corners.
Absolutely, but what we have noticed as well is the penalties are coming in thick and fast here. For Kenneth Price, got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now, so this is why you do not want to make any silly mistakes here during this track here as well. It looks like Scott's made a great move here on the Hailstone here.
And we are seeing droplets of rain coming down on track, Malc, so I think we may see the intermediates sooner than we anticipated. But just a quick mention to Rimac, who actually pitted at the end of lap 1 on the soft tyre, moving himself up to 2 tenths of Harry in the Williams.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there, and also Harry at top. Oh my god, we've got 2 wide here, Craig. We've got 2 wide between the Hailstone and Scott here, going side by side here, and then coming up to the bus stop chicane here. Oh, brilliant driving here from these 2 drivers here as well. Hailstone holding on here for 2nd place here, and then Scott just made the move perfectly there at the last corner. Brilliant stuff there, but like I said, Hailstone will have the DRS as well. Scott's got the fastest up the race here. Looks like Hailstone's going back himself up to second place now. Oh, a bit contact there between Scott and Hailstone here. Now we could have a 3-car battle here between Hailstone, Scott and O'Stephen here at Eau Rouge coming up now. Let's see what happens here from the DRS straight point of view here. Let's see if they can try and get the slipstream point of view here. It looks like Cliffy might join the party here as well. And luckily from Scott's point of view as well, they're going to Saab's idea as well. And it's
just being on board with Stephen up Eau Rouge, he actually had to lift out it a little bit. The front of the Mercedes not as comfortable in that dirty air, so he was affected by Scott Buckner and the Hailstone ahead, and that allowed Cliffy to get right behind the Mercedes as Hailstone goes deep at turn 10. So is it that Hailstone's starting to struggle with a bit of higher temperature and grip on lap 8 on the medium tyres?
I'm a bit worried if the tyres are already gone at lap 7 on the mediums. I would have expected the mediums to last about 14 to 15 laps, I believe, as well. But still, this is absolutely frantic stuff here as well. Mike's still holding on with those soft tyres as well, so fair play to him. But also, obviously, with the advantage of the wet conditions as well, the tyres will be helpful as well on the hard tyres. Falco's probably got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. It looks like O'Stephen's trying to make the move here on the Hailstone here now. But absolutely unbelievable racing here as well. Will O'Stephen try and make the move on the bus stop chicane? It looks like Scott's trying to pull away from this battle here as well, and looks like O'Stephen's made a massive mistake there at the last corner. Which has brought Cliffy. It looked like Cliffy brought into play here as well here, Craig.
Yeah, I was just riding on board with O'Stephen through the bus stop chicane, just watching him almost wrestle that Mercedes through turn 19 and 20, really struggling to get that Mercedes turned in, and that's allowed the Cliffy to just come right up behind him. Oh, Stephen goes deep Eau Rouge, looks to come back on the racing line. Cliffy just gets in the slipstream, pulls over to the left hand side, should have DRS, but that Mercedes power is absolutely mighty. O'Stephen picking up DRS off the racing point of Hailstone and actually managed to rescue 4th place.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there. O'Stephen is a very, very lucky boy there as well. Scopes gambling on the intermediates already here to start off with. Do you think it's ready now, Craig, from the intermediates?
I think that's a little bit early, but down in 15, Scopefield probably feels there's nothing left to lose, because when drivers do start struggling on the dry tyre compounds on a wet track, then he may actually get a little bit of an advantage from that. But I think it's a little bit too early. We're still waiting for race control to deactivate DRS, and that's usually the indication that the track is wet enough to transfer over to the wet tyre.
Absolutely, but I don't think it'll be very long yet. I think it's probably about another lap or two, I reckon, and that's when the rain will properly kick off here as well. Jamie's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here as well. If you just joined us, good evening to you all. We're at the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League live exclusive at the Belgian Grand Prix here. Mike is in the lead in first, Scott is in second, Hailstone's in third, O'Stephen is in fourth, Cliffy is in fifth, Vienna live and exclusive here on 6th place here, and looks like Rymac is going to 7th place. It looks like Nitrous is going to the pits there as well. Nitric Ash is in 8th, Harry on his debut as well moves up to 9th place from the back of the grid as well, fair play to him. Cryptox is in 10th, Jamie is in 11th place there. It looks like O'Stephen's struggling there. O'Stephen is massively struggling there as well, but still.
Yeah, O'Stephen was really struggling for traction there out of the source, and just riding on board with Cliffy through Rouge actually had to get out the power, so he actually maintained the grip levels coming up Rouge. So, excuse me, I think we are at the point of the crossover for the intermediate tyres. We are seeing that Cliffy's locking up the brakes up at turn 7 up at Lacombe, and yeah, I think everything indicates, Mark, that we should be crossing over to the intermediates.
Should be absolutely spot on there as well. But we've got a bit of battles galore here. We've got Hailstone, O'Stephen and Cliffy battle with Vienna and Rymac also joining into play here as well with this 4-5 car battle here. And it looks like Vienna's going to try and make the move around the outside here. Oh my God.
Very risky with these conditions. He decided against it.
But Rymac
back to Cliffy, and he's just playing the long game.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like Rymac was going to try and make that move then. If he did, he would have been an absolute legend there. And he made the move. He made the move on Vienna. What a move!
Yeah, Vienna trying the attempt on Cliffy opened up the door to Rimac. Rimac just placed the racing point beautifully, knowing that he would actually have the inside at turn 14 and he is on the fresher tyres and actually the quicker tyres. So Rimac placing the car beautifully, goes round goes up the inside of Vienna, but Vienna getting better speed coming up through Blanchimont. Will he have a dive up the inside at turn 19? Decides against it, so just tucking in behind the racing point.
Absolutely, and Rimac is carrying on here. Rimac is carrying on while all the others are going to carry on in the pits here as well. Do you think that's a bit of a mistake there from Rimac, or do you think that was just a bit of a gamble to go for it here?
We still got the car pointing the right way. Rimac certainly feels that he's still got the racing point underneath him. Jamie Ryan stays on track as well, so Rimac and Jamie Ryan, although on different tyre compounds, possibly feel that they do still have the grip levels and the tyre life, and have decided to stay out. So DRS is now disabled, so you could probably argue the drivers that opted to pit for the intermediates was probably the better the better choice at this point in the race.
Absolutely, but I'll be interested to see the gap between obviously Jamie and Mike here for second and third here as well, to see how much longer to see the gap will take here, because obviously Jamie's trying to catch up to Rimac here for first and he's losing 2/10 here as well. So, and looks like the Hailstone's made a massive mistake there after the Camel Straight there, so he's dropped himself down to 12th place there as well. Let's have a quick glance at O'Stephen and Harry here, as well as Nightshades here for the battle for 6th place here. So obviously with the conditions as it is now, obviously we don't know whether it's going to be full-on heavy rain, but would you like to see that happening here, Craig, or would you like to see still, for these drivers' sake, to be on the intermediate tyres as well?
I think Spa-Francorchamps is challenging enough on the inners. I think if we went full wets, that we may lose more drivers and it may ruin the rest of the race. But we do see that Mike on the intermediate tyres just taking the second spot from Jamie Ryan, who's really struggling for grip now. So that gamble of going one lap longer for Rimac and Jamie Ryan not paying off, as Scott Bugner now moves up to third and taking it from Jamie Ryan. So Rimac, late dive into the pits there. I think he was very wary of not cutting across the Ferrari of Mike.
Absolutely, and the battle here for the top two here, Mike and Scott here. It looks like Scott really is on fire to try and get a good position here as well. Obviously he had second place last week at the Canadian Grand Prix as well, so could he get another second, or could it be better to get off his first win of the season here at the Performance League as well? Time will tell here. And we come up to the Camel Straight now. Let's see what Scott can try and make the move here on Mike here. Will he make the move perfectly here? And it looks like he has made the move perfectly there, and Mike will have to give up that position there and drops down to second place, Craig.
Yeah, an interesting thing about being in wet conditions with DRS deactivated, it all comes down to driver skill. So it's about who can find those grip levels in an ever-changing circuit lap after lap. But a quick comment about Cliffy. He was doing well prior to the crossover on the wet tyres. He's now dropped down to 8, so not sure if he was held in the pits a little bit there, or he's maybe had a little bit of an issue trying to get the tyre temps up into race temperature.
I'm not 100% sure there, Craig, but hopefully whatever happens here tonight, whatever position that he finishes here, he will guarantee points as long as he doesn't get any DNFs or DSQs or anything like that at all. But so many battles galore here tonight at the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. We've got O'Stephen, Harry and Vienna battling out for third place here. Nigel Cash and Cryptox for 6th and 7th. And also the battle for 9th place between Volcano's Prime, Matty and Rimac, and also Jamie as well for joining that battle there. So,
and you've got Vienna going round the outside the Blanchimont on Harry, moving up to 4th, and he's got the Mercedes of O'Stephen in his sights. So Vienna moving up to 4th after earlier losing that place to Rimac.
Absolutely, and I believe Moreno has just commented saying that Cliffy spun third from last corner, so that's why he dropped himself down to 8th place. Thank you very much for that, Moreno, as well. So, but let's see how Harry can try and bounce back here on Vienna here, who's trying to close the gap here on O'Stephen here for 3rd place here as well. So look up to Rouge now. Let's see what I can try and do as well here, Craig. So, who are you watching so far?
I'm just right on board with Vienna, looking to seize that 3rd place from O'Stephen. Nitro Gas retires from the race, so he's lost it, and we're just waiting to find out if it's a full safety car.
Full.
It looks as if it might be a full safety car here, Malc. So that, yeah, Vienna might be a little bit disappointed with it, because he was looking to make the move on O'Stephen as the hailstone disconnects from the session. So hopefully, he's actually DNS, so the hailstone retires from the session as well. So that is the hailstone and Nitrogas that we've lost in quick succession.
Yeah, let's see if hopefully Hailstone and Nitrogas will bounce back in round 9 at the Hungarian Grand Prix as well. So hopefully, as well as Moreno and Sab, for bouncing back as well. So at the moment here on lap 30 and 22, Scott is in 1st, Mike is in 2nd, O'Stephen in 3rd, Vienna in 4th, Harry in 5th, Cryptox is in 6th, Cliffy is in 7th, Matty is in 8th, Rymac is in 9th, Prime is in 10th, Jamie is in 11th, Scopes in 12th, Nightshade is in 13th, and Royboy is in 14th. Nightgash, Hailstone, Moreno and Sab have won DNF.
Nightshades has just picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car, so we will need to wait for the safety car to come back into the pits before they can serve that. So that's likely to put him 35 seconds to 40 seconds behind the next car ahead.
Absolutely, and that's damage limitations there for Nightshades. Hopefully his only big hope will be to get another safety car to join the pack and try and get close to this after that scenario here as well. So from this scenario, I'm quite impressed with Harry tonight, as well as Jamie as well in 11th place, but also obviously with Cliffy just holding on for 7th place with the point scenario. But fair play to Scott to start off trying to produce the goods here tonight. But let's just have a quick glance at the positions moves as well. Obviously Scott made 11 moves. Vienna and Harry are joint 1st place with 13 moves. You've heard that correctly, Craig. 13 moves. That's still impressive stuff there from the two drivers who started off pretty much at the back of the grid here tonight.
Yeah, certainly Harry has worked well to get himself through the grid up into 5th, starting at the back of the grid. It looks as if Royboy had actually come into the pits again. Nightshades, I don't know if that's been a personal choice or it's been an engineering mistake, but his team have actually put him on the full wet tyre. So does Nightshades feel that there's enough standing water to justify the use of the full wet tyre, or did he simply run out of allocations of the intermediates?
I think it's a bit... I'm looking at it from Scott's point of view here as well. I still think it's more intermediates at the moment, because it doesn't feel like it's more heavy at the moment. It may be in the next few laps, could be hitting the wets, but again, we've not heard any more of that. All we've been told was like it was going to hit the rain as well. So I think it's a bit... I think Nightshades, he's got nothing to lose here now because of his drive-through penalty as well. I think he's going to have to try something out of here, Craig. Do you agree?
I may be in the mindset that he's got nothing left to lose, so why not take a risk? But with his only being on lap 14 of 22 with these conditions, it is highly likely that we may see another safety car. So we'll need to wait and see what that strategy choice is going, or how that strategy choice is going to affect Nightshades. He does have Royboy on fresh intermediate tyres behind, and Scopefielder on fresh intermediate tyres ahead as well. So I certainly don't think it's all over yet. We do have 8 laps. We should have one more lap under safety car as we wait for the Haas of Nightshades and the Williams of Royboy to catch up the pack.
Absolutely, and I know I said quite impressed with Harry, Vienna, obviously Scott as well, and also with, like I said, with Jamie joining back as well, and also with Cliffy holding on for 7th place. But who's been your main driver so far this race here, Craig? That's impressed you the most so far?
I certainly think you cannot outrule Harry. Starting from the back of the grid up to 5th. Looked as if he was possibly going to be challenging Stephen. He just lost out to Vienna through Blanchimont, but we do know Harry does not quit, and he is a driver in form on the F1 League on PS4. So it'll be interesting to see if Harry can actually continue to move forward or will he drop off behind. He does have Cliffy 2 positions behind in the Alfa Romeo. So Cryptox is in a Harry Cliffy sandwich, and it'll be interesting to see how quickly Cliffy can dispatch Cryptox Plus and possibly have an effect on Harry.
I think Harry needs to get a good start like he has been done anyway, but if Cryptox on the Red Bull car should give him a little bit more traction, more help as well, obviously with the car as well. So obviously with Cliffy in the Alfa Romeo car as well. So I think Cryptox will be more pressured on Harry here to try and catch up to the top 4 here. But then also Cliffy will try and wait just behind these guys to see what could happen here and see if these guys can make. I'm not saying they would or anything like that, but they could make a mistake during these nights during the race here as well. It looks like Focus Prime has gambled on the wets as well, so that's quite interesting stuff here as well, Craig.
I think Mike was also struggling to try and get temperature in those intermediates as well. I was watching that he was dropping off a little bit to Scott Buckler so he could actually have a run up to the back of the Alpha Tauri. So Mike possibly struggling for tyre temperature as we wait for this race to restart. The safety car in the slap.
Yeah, just wait and see. So Scott is technically now the race leader here for, the safety car leader basically. But let's see if Mike can try and capitalise on this now. But I know we said we was a bit unsure about the wet conditions now, as in like the full wets now. But I think in the next few laps here, Craig, I think we could see a few drivers. Unless people are gambling to hold on the intermediates, it's going to be a bit tough here. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think the rain looks a little bit heavier on the circuit simply because we have been travelling at that safety car pace. Once we do get up to race speed, there should be a dry line forming, and it may prove necessary or vital to remain on the intermediate tyres. So Scott Buckner catches Mike sleeping, similar to what Mike did to Hailstone. Looking to open up that gap between himself and that fast Ferrari behind.
Absolutely, it looks like Mike's, as you said earlier on, he's really struggling here as well. It looks like Vienna's trying to try and make the move here on O'Stephen here for 3rd place here. O'Stephen looked like he was struggling with the Rouge here. Let's see what he can try and do here through the Camel Straight here now. Let's see how Vienna can try and capitalise on it now. I did say this is going to be one hell of a move here if he needs to try and do it as quickly as possible. Oh, I love this helicopter view. It looks like Cliffy's made the move here on Cryptox, which I was a bit surprised for Cryptox's point of view because of the Red Bull car and the Alpha Tauri car. The Alfa Romeo car, I do apologise there as well, Craig.
Yeah, Cliffy just goes up the inside, manages to control the turn in and gets himself up to 6th just behind Harry. So he will have his eyes on overtaking Harry, particularly for the F1 Championship as well in PS4. So this could be a little bit of mind games going into next Monday's race at Hungary.
Yeah, it'd be quite tasty, shall we say, of the F1 League, shall we say, on that everyone's point of view as well, and it's just like a preview of it. Can we see of I know it's not the Hungarian track, but it feels like we want to wait until Monday night to see what these guys can try and push on here as well. So it looks like Cryptos can try and close in on Cliffy here, but it looks like more Vienna try and close in on O'Stephen there on the long straight here now, come up to where some of the drivers have gone way wide there and could easily hit the wall there as well. And it looks like Vienna's just going to try and move in. It looks like Stevens trying to hold on here on the inside, but Vienna's made the move on the inside there. Brilliant move, Craig. Brilliant move there from him.
Yeah, positioned the car well up the entry of turn 20, has the inside line, manages to turn that Alpha Tauri even quicker than the Mercedes. So he lined O'Stephen up there perfectly towards the bus stop chicane, and his next target was a Ferrari a bit ahead for second place.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Night Chase has gone back into the pits again. I'm not sure what for, but hopefully he'll try and bounce back here as well. It looks like the wets at the moment, looks like it's not the best condition at the moment here. It looks like Matty's going to try. Rimac was trying to close in on Matty there for 8th place then. And Rimac made the move there at the Kemmel Straight there. Brilliant stuff there, just at the end of the track there, Craig.
Yeah, Vienna still holding on to the rear of that Ferrari, and he's just biding his time. He knows that he does have a few laps where he can make his position stick. He knows he does not have the straight line speed when he compared himself to the Mercedes and the Ferrari, so we may see a move into the bus stop chicane as well, a repeat of the move he pulled off on Stephen the lap before.
Absolutely, but this is what we love about the Invictus Racing League, because all the cars are all bunched up together for so many overtakes galore here and so many battles galore here as well. We just don't know which one to pick throughout the race here tonight. We've got about 6 laps remaining here at the Belgian Grand Prix here for the Performance League live exclusive on the YouTube channel here as well. So let's see what happens here from Mike's point of view as well. Try and hold on here against Vienna here, who's done a magnificent job here on at the Belgian Grand Prix for the AlphaTauri car as well. But it looks like Cliffy could try and make the move here on Harry as well for 5th place. Matty's out. Craig.
Yeah, looks as if he's just lost it going through Longchamp. Possibly just losing a little bit of traction in these tricky conditions. But as we ride on board with Mike in Vienna battling for second, Scott Bugner is absolutely checked out. He's got a 4.2 second lead. But Vienna close to the gearbox of the Ferrari will suffer for a loss of downforce up Eau Rouge, lifts slightly, but manages to hold on to the Ferrari up the Kemmel Straight, just needs to tuck in behind, get the slipstream, get pulled up towards the end of sector 1, and I'm sure he'll be saving ERS at this point and possibly deploying them on the run down towards the bus stop chicane or through Bonchon.
Absolutely, and it's just been absolutely unbelievable racing here as well. It looks like Cliffy's made the move here on Harry there for 5th place here, and they're going side by side here. Oh, this is tough there. Harry's made the move here again.
Harry still has the inside line, so just trying to keep his nose ahead, just trying to control the next few corners, but Cliffy had the inside, but looks as if he's just not had the traction of the racing line, so looks like we're under yellow flag conditions again.
Prime.
Full safety car unlikely. It looks as if it's just the VSC
yes, it
at
is.
this point, so I think Volcanus Prime losing it at the top of Eau Rouge.
Yeah, I thought that would be the more casualty moments there, but Belchamont is more was the more casualty moments there for some of the drivers here tonight as well. So now this has been safety car galore this race here as well when you think about it from 4th VSC, and now we're back up live exclusive here on the racing here. It looks like Rymac's made the move here on Cryptox there as well, and it might make a move here on Cliffy here. Could he make 2 moves with him? 1? No, Cliffy's just gone a little bit wide there. Obviously he could not do anything about that, but Vienna is trying to go back into 2nd place, and he does move up against Mike here, who's really struggling there on the wet conditions here as well, but still watching this battle here for 5th, 6th here as well here. We just don't know which one to go for here for lap 19 or 22 here.
And Mike looking to drop down to 4th, though Stephen has the inside at La Source and gets a move done, but can Mike come back at him up the Kemmel Straight? He's going to have to watch for traction going up Eau Rouge. Look at that dirty air on, he's sliding at the top of Eau Rouge, and that will allow Harry to close the gap. The gap currently sitting at 1 second, so Mike possibly getting away with one there.
Could be, but obviously Harry's got more problems before, because he's got Cliffy, Rymac and Cryptox just behind him there. Volcanus Prime has left the session here as well, but let's see what happens here from everyone's point of view here as well. And this has been an absolute belt of a race here, Craig.
Yeah, it's certainly not finished yet, Malc. We have seen a few retirements, so it does show you that this track can actually bite you, and Rimac really struggling for vision behind Cliffy, and that will make Prix very challenging. Lifts slightly down into fifth gear, just trying to keep the traction in that racing point, and trying to keep a hold on Cliffy as well. And all the while this is going on in the midfield, Scott Buckner opened up his lead to 4.5 seconds.
Yeah, so he's done a magnificent job, whatever happens here tonight, Scott Buckner as well. But with Vienna trying to close in as well, this will be epic battles here as well. And this is what heats up here as well. It looks like between Cryptox and Rimac here. Cryptox has got a bare exit there at turn 16, I believe, here. And he's going side by side here with Rimac here. Nearly did as well with a two wide situation here as well. And with the Red Bull car, Mike's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. And then we come up to the bus stop chicane here now. And it looks like Cryptox is trying to make the move here. He can't do it because Rimac is doing everything he can here on that Racing Point car there. Now, as you can see from behind there, it looks like Scope, Jamie and Roybury want to join this party here.
Yeah, just watching Cryptox going up towards the bus stop chicane with Rimac. I think he just opted for a bit of safety. He knows that he's got a run at him up the road weekend straight, and doesn't want to risk as many of his front line trying to hold on to the back of that racing point. So gets a good run through Eau Rouge there, trying to get a hold of the racing point, but racing point very slippery in a straight line. It's going to be a late braking contest. Cryptox is a little look to inside, but too far back to really go into a late braking contest.
But he's going to try and make the move. Oh, he nearly try and make the move around the outside there, Rimac here. But Rimac is really under a lot of pressure here from Cryptox here. And he is trying to be patient enough to try and make the move here. But obviously, you don't want to ruin a race here with 3 laps to go here at the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. You do not want to make any silly mistakes right here, right now. With so many valuable points here. For every position that you finish here, you're guaranteed to finish points here. As long as you do not have a DNF, DSQ, or any other thing like that as well. Make sure you're active on the track here as well. So we're on lap 2022. Scott is in the lead in first, Vienna in second, O'Stephen in third, Mike is in fourth, Harry is in fifth, Clippy is in sixth, Rimac is in seventh there, and looks like Scope made a mammoth mistake there, the back end there. Rimac is seventh, Cryptox eighth, Scope ninth, Jamie in 10th there, Roy Boy 11th, and Nightshades is in 12th place as well. Craig.
Schofield have got a little bit of a pants slapper as he was trying to put the power down, but the rear of the car not wanting to cooperate, and that allowed Jamie Ryan to come in, and Jamie won't need much of an invite to actually make an overtake on Schofield. They're former rivals, of course, in the PC League, so Jamie may want to get a little bit of revenge on Schofield, who with Mr. Sky Z sealed the Constructors' Championship last night on the PC League for the Renault.
Absolutely, congratulations to those guys there. They've done a magnificent job. I remember Mr. Sky C here when he won 4 Drivers' Championship battles in a row until Sabu broke the duck here. Obviously, I think it was Meg who won it in between, obviously, when we had the 2 leagues of the Performance League as well. It looks like a battle here of Harry and Cliffy. Harry's trying to hold on here for 5th place here, and Jamie's made the move to 9th place here as well. So fair play to him. What a move there, obviously, from his point of view as well there, Craig.
Yeah, and Cliffy's actually struggling with a damaged front wing. He's lost his end plate on the right hand side, so may offer a reason why he's really struggling for grip and pace through sector 2, and that's allowing Rimac and Cryptox Plus to close him down, and Harry just needs to try and open up the gap through the more technical sectors such as Puyon and the rest of sector 2.
Yeah.
But Cliffy certainly won't give up. He is a driving form.
Oh, Craig, you just missed a brilliant move there from Jamie there. Out of nowhere there, Cryptox was just holding on the left-hand side there, and Jamie just like, thank you very much, I'll take that position there, and moves up to 8th place there. So he's having a cracker of a race here as well, Craig.
Yeah, that's 2 positions that he's actually made up the last lap, so he's managed to get past Schofielder and Cryptox Plus in 1 lap, and he's eyeing up Rimac as we come through Blanchimont. So Rimac is coming under a little bit of pressure and possibly losing 7th place. Jamie just It's trying to slow the car down into the bus stop chicane, but the front of the car sliding a little bit, really struggling for grip. And Rimac may come under a little bit of pressure later on a lap up towards Eau Rouge and the King Straight.
Absolutely, and we're on the final lap here, guys. We're on the final lap of this race here. Let's see who will try and get into the top three here. Obviously, Scott, with that massive gap there to himself and Vienna, who went from 4.4 to 3.6 now. Just watching it from Jamie's point of view as well, it looks like Cryptox a little bit behind there, but he's trying to catch up to Rimac here. Roy Boy's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here, but can O'Stephen hold on here for the podium here? I believe, if I remembered it right, O'Stephen has not got a podium at all this season, so this will be his mammoth first podium of the season here, of the Performance League, if he holds on, and he holds on with no penalties as well, Craig.
Yeah, he just has to focus on bringing that car home, and I think that's the approach that Scott Buckner's taking as well. He knows he has a 3-second advantage to Vienna behind who is charging very hard, but Scott Buckner just trying to bring that Alpha Tauri home in one piece, so both the first and second place drivers in similar equipment, and Vienna now closing down to 2.9 seconds, so really trying to catch Scott on the last lap, but Scott coming up towards Blanchimont just needs to negotiate these final few corners and take the top step here at Spa-Francorchamps, securing the driver's win on round 8, the Belgian Grand Prix.
Absolutely, he's coming to the bus stop chicane now, and that's it for the bit that he needs to do. So he'll cross over the line to finish off in the Belgian Grand Prix. We're just waiting to see if Vienna can try and close the gap, and Vienna has won.
Oh, and he did. Yeah, Scott Buckner had a time penalty that drops him down to second. So can Stephen hold on to third? He does.
No,
he loses out to Harry.
No,
and Harry loses out to Cliffy.
Oh,
so late drama here at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Late drama, Craig? This has been absolutely unbelievable racing here. Fantastic stuff there at the Belgian Grand Prix. I did not, obviously from my point of view and as well as yours, Craig, here, we did not expect Cliffy to get third place here. But Harry on his debut, fair play to him. He misses out on the podium here. Fair play to him. Well done to him for fourth place. Cryptox finishes in fifth. We're just going to do a bit of the race standings here and then talk about the your quick overview of the race here, Craig, and then we will finish it off there in tonight's stream here as well. Driver of the day has been picked by the game by Vienna with that big move there as well. So we're just waiting for the classified standings here, and then we will kick off here. But well done to Vienna on his, I think it's his, let me just clarify, on his race. Vienna, where are you? So Vienna only had one podium, which was second place at, believe, at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So this is his first win of the season here at the Performance League as well. So very well done to him. Scott misses out on the win by penalties as well. Here are your race classification for the Belgian Grand Prix. For the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. You've got Vienna in first, you've got Scott Butner in second, Cliffy in third, Harry in fourth, Cryptox on the fastest lap in fifth, O'Stephen in sixth, Mike in seventh, Rimac in eighth, Roy Boy is in ninth, Scope in 10th, Jamie in 11th, Nightshades is in 12th place, Volcano's Prime, Matty, Nitrogash, Hailstone, Moreno and Sab, they've all had the DNF during that race itself. So Craig, before we round up the stream here tonight, so what's your best moments and what's your overall moment of the race here tonight?
I certainly think the most defining moment was Vienna's push right at the end of the race. So he clearly knew from his race engineer that Scott Bugner ahead had a time penalty, and it was absolutely crucial that he closed within a 3-second window to secure that race win, and certainly that is what he's done. So I think that was the most pinnacle moment of tonight's race.
Absolutely, as well. So, but yeah, I just want to say thank you very much, Craig, as always. I hope to see you back again one of the days in the commentators box and bring the old duo back, as always. Thank you to everyone that's watched the stream here, guys. and we'll see you all. Hopefully Tim will be back next week for the Hungarian Grand Prix here. It looks like Cliffy will push on here to catch up with that championship battle there as well. But let's say we'll have to wait and see if there's going to be any more shocks along the way here as well. But thank you very much, guys. We're going to have to shoot off here. Cheers for that, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.